Hello students. In this video, I'll tell you how to introduce yourself to others and how to introduce others to your friends or family members or any third person. So usually when you're introducing yourself, you just try to add up some basic details such as your name, your place, that means from where you have come from, and about your family, your education, your leisure time activities or hobbies or interests, and your positives or your drawbacks, like your strengths and weakness. And if any achievements, you'll mention about that. And if any goals you have, you'll mention about that. So these are the basic details that you add to your introduction. Usually, any person will add some of the details. It's not that you have to add up all these details, but according to the situation, like based on it depends again, like whether you are introducing yourself to your friends or your classmates or in a public meeting or in a job interview, it depends. So based on the situation, you have to take up the necessary details from these and you have to make your introduction more effective. Now, let us see what are the general expressions that you can make use while you are introducing yourself. When you are referring to your name, what are the general expressions that you can make use of. So usually when you are referring to your name, you can say like my name is, for example, my name is Sirisha. So it's like, you can use this expression. It's a common expression and you can add your name. My name is so and so. I am so and so. This is so and so. These are the three expressions we can use when you want to refer to your name. Now, when you're talking about your place, then you can use this expression like I'm from Nellore, I'm from Kavali. So in that way, you can make use of this expression to refer to your place. I'm from, I come from. These are the standard expressions that you can make use when you are referring to your place. I'm from, I come from, I was born and brought up in, or I was born in, but now I live in. So in such a way, like it depends on what is the information that you are going to provide about your place. So you can make use of these general expressions that I am from, I come from, I was born and brought up in, I was born in, but now I am living in or live in. So such kind of expressions we can make use of. When it comes to your family, when you're talking about your parents, my father is, like if you're referring to the occupation of your father, you can say my father is a farmer, my father is a doctor, my father is a teacher. Or like, you can introduce your father with his occupation. When you are introducing your father's occupation, you can say like this. And about your mother, my mother is so and so. I have one brother and one sister. I have two sisters. I'm the only child to my parents. In such a way, like we can use many expressions when you are trying to tell about your family. Now let us see about your education. Like I have completed my intermediate, or I have completed intermediate in so and so school, or I'm doing my graduation, or I'm about to graduate. Like if you are in your final year and you're about to complete your graduation, then you can use this phrase, I'm about to graduate. I have done a course in any specialization. If you want to mention, you can mention that. So these are the expressions which you can make use when you're trying to say about your education. And when you're talking about your likes, dislikes, hobbies, interests, or leisure time activities, so what sort of expressions that you can use? So see here, I like watching movies. I spend my early hours in gardening. I love to eat chocolates I'm really fond of. I spend my leisure time chatting with friends. I don't like traveling. So such expressions when you're trying to uh, give out some details about your likes, dislikes, hobbies, you can use such expressions. And let us see about your how to mention your positives and strengths, like any positive quality that you have, any plus point that you have, any strength of yours that you have, how to express that. So these are few example expressions which you can tell about yourself. Basically, I'm a hardworking person. This is my strength. You can say in this way. Or I like helping others. This made me make a lot of friends. So you are giving one positive thing about you, and you are trying to, support that statement by adding some information. So I think creatively, and this made me more strong. So such expressions you can add up, you can tell about yourself to mention your strengths or to mention your positive things. And everyone individual, like everyone will have their own strengths and their own positives. Like these are some of the examples which you can make use. In this way you can express yourself when you are telling about your positives and strengths. Now let us see about negatives and weakness. Like when you are trying to focus, like when you are trying to come out with some of your drawbacks which you have, like you can tell them in this way: I'm a bit lazy. This always drags me back. Of course, this is one of the negative quality which a person usually have. And I'm a person. I'm poor at listening. So many people they won't listen properly, so that they'll be making many mistakes. And I'm poor at listening. This sometimes becomes a big drawback for me. So this is the way how you can express about your weakness or negatives what you have. And when it comes to goals, every one of us will have some goal in our life. And when you want to express that, you make use of such expression like my goal is to become an entrepreneur, and I dream of becoming a CEO for a reputed company. So in that way, you may have your own dreams, you may have your own goals. So my goal is, my dream is of becoming so and so, like that. So these are a few examples which you can make use while you are constructing the sentences of your self introduction. Now let us see some sample introduction, a very small introduction which you can make use when you are introducing yourself to your classmates or in a classroom. Like see how she has added up some details about herself and made a simple and a very small introduction about herself. See, first she started with her name, like I'm Suman, I'm from Haryana. This is a reference of a place. And I enjoy playing cricket and reading fiction. This is of her likes and dislikes. Of course, only like she has mentioned here. I enjoy playing cricket and reading fiction. And she just expressed a negative quality which she has, and how she tried to overcome this. See here, I used to be very nervous of speaking in public. So this is one drawback which she has. I used to be very nervous of speaking in public. And beautifully she tried to overcome, like she tried to express how she overcome this particular thing. I got over that when my class nominated me to speak at the school farewell party. Initially, I was hesitant, but gradually gained confidence. This is a personal achievement I'm proud of. Of course, she has achieved something. She tried to overcome one of the weakness, one of the negative thing, one of the drawback that she has, and she tried to express she tried to overcome that drawback and how she made it into her positive. Like this is a very simple introduction about a person. So it's just a name, about her place, about her likes, and about one particular drawback that she has and how she tried to overcome that. This is a simple introduction which you can make before your classmates. And when it is like when you are introducing others to your classmates or to your family, friends, how and what are the expressions that you can use. So you can start with the name of the person. Hi, this is Richard. He is from Mumbai. He likes playing hockey and browsing net. He represented his school at inter-school cultural activities. This is all details about a person, and she is introducing this person to her friends. And of course she has added basic details about the boy, and she made a beautiful introduction. See how she introduced the boy to others. Hi, this is Rujan. He is from Mumbai. He likes playing hockey and browsing net. Name, place, likes and dislikes. And of course, one of the good quality or one of the positive or plus point about him. He represented his school at inter-school cultural activities. This is a very simple introduction of others. So here, we can see a sample conversation of how we can introduce a person to others. See here, this is a sample conversation. Now, person A says, "Have you two met each other?" He is asking other two persons that whether they know each other or not. So, person B says, "No, we haven't." And see this, Rahul, this is John. John, this is Rahul. He is trying to introduce the two people. And B and C smile and shake hands. Now, these are the two persons who are new to each other and they are trying to introduce themselves. Like the third person, this person A is trying to introduce person B to person C. So B and C smile and shake hands. So B says, "Nice to meet you, John." C says, "Nice to meet you too, Rahul." So this is a kind of conversation. These are few expressions which we can make use when we are introducing others to our friends or to our colleagues or to our classmates. So, have you two met each other? No, we haven't. Rahul, this is John. John, this is Rahul. Nice to meet you, John. Nice to meet you too, Rahul. So these are, greetings, the expressions which are used as greetings in introducing each other. Now let us see the sample conversation again. We have taken one more conversation here. It's a conversation between three persons, how they try to introduce themselves. Like Sumit, "Hi, my name is Sumit Desai, the new manager." Adit, "Hi, I'm Adit Vian. Nice to meet you, Mr. Sumit." So when this person came and introduced himself to Adit, how Adit has responded to the introduction. See, "Hi, I'm Adit." He's also, in return, he is trying to introduce himself, and so he greeted the person by using an expression, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Sumit." Sumit, Adit, please meet Mr. Saurav, my assistant. So this first person is trying to introduce one more person to Adit, that is his assistant, named Mr. Saurav. So see the expression what they have used, "Please meet Mr. Saurav." So this is a very formal expression which we can use when we are trying to introduce a person to other. Now Adit is trying to greet the third person saying, "How do you do?" Saurav also responded in the same way, "How do you do?" So how do you do is a kind of expression which is used as a greeting. When you are trying to greet the other person, we use the expression, and in response to this expression, the same expression is used. So this is a sample conversation. Now let us see the general expressions to introduce others in a conversation. See, so I've used some names. Don't bother about the names. Only just focus on the expressions which are used. Please meet Jack. Please meet so and so. When you are introducing a person to the third person, then we can make use of such an expression. Or else we can say, "Jack, have you met Nicholas? I would like you to meet Lisa. I would like to introduce you to Betty. Lila, this is Barbara. Barbara, this is Lila." So these are some of the expressions like which we can make use when we are trying to introduce others to our friends or family members or colleagues. Now, what would be the possible responses to these greetings? Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Happy to meet you. How do you do? So these are some of the expressions which we can make use in response to the introductions or in response to the expressions of introductions. So these expressions we can make use when someone introduces a person to you. You can say, "Nice to meet you, pleased to meet you, happy to meet you, how do you do?" So these are some of the general expressions which we can use when we are trying to introduce others in a conversation. And I hope you understand. Of course, we can make use of many other expressions also, but in this video I have given only few expressions to make you understand very easily. And also you can add up lot of expressions to your conversations or to your self introductions. Thank you.